Hey
And
everybody, how are you? It's Skip and Hunter Lisle from the Arthur Murray Dance Studio. And September 8th, they brought out the cast to Dancing with the Stars. And we're not two people that'll sit on our butts and go, yeah, whatever. We want to talk about it, right, Hunter?
that's right. We have lots of opinions, and you guys in the audience are very kind to watch us and listen to us talking about our opinions. But we do have some expertise for this crazy, crazy show.
Dancing with the Stars season 30 premieres Monday, September 20th on ABC. Not sure if they're doing the Tuesday. I do think they're doing the Tuesday show. Judges will be Len Goodman, who's back after last year because COVID-19 wouldn't allow him to travel over the pond. Also, Carrie Ann Inaba, Bruno Tonioli, and Derek Huff, who joined last year as an official guy. What are you laughing at me for?
I'm just smiling because usually I'm the one that says things and blah, blah, blah. They don't come out right. So when you do it, it's kind of funny because you get the voice of radio and I get the voice of something. So it's always fun to hear you. And I think they've got great judges. All four, of course, are wonderful people. We know a lot of them, and they're wonderful people on the show, have been on the show for a long time. It's nice to see Derek adding as a judge. He'll give a different kind of commentary, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a strange season. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's for season 30. I expected a lot more, and I expected a lot of different people than are actually on there this time.
I think if it weren't COVID still being predominant in our lives, this may have been a Dancing with the Stars all-star season.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that really had an impact this year. And because again, we're not out of the pandemic yet. We hope to get out of it soon. We said that several months ago, and we hope that we are there, all of us.
I think we said that last year when we were taping these.
I didn't want to say last year. I was like minimizing that because, I was like, okay, just a few months ago. But yeah, it was actually. So it's the time just is irrelevant anymore. Time seems to spin along and, I don't know, shorten and lengthen it will. But yeah, I'm glad they're the judges. It's going to be a lot of fun. It still is a great show. It's going to be interesting this year.
I'm worried that they've had some problems getting the right people in there. And this year will show it because there's not that great of a bunch of stars in here. Let's start into who's who in here. First off, country singer Jimmy Allen. He's the reigning 2021 Academy of Country Music New Male Athlete or Artist of the Year. He was a contestant on American Idol's 10th season, but got cut before they rolled the cameras. So what do you think about this guy?
He was cut early, and there were several reasons for that. Some of the singers have done really well because they have great rhythm. Some of them have not done very well because they have no talent. So, it really is a varying thing to see what's going to, we're pretty blunt, but we're going to see what's going to happen on this thing. And it's like reality, YouTuber here. But anyway, I hope he does well. He seems like a nice guy, but who knows? When the final tally, it's anybody's guess on that one.
Got to use my British accent for this one. Spice Girl Mel C, Sporty Spice, she's 47.
Anytime they get a Spice Girl or a boy band, it's always entertaining. But they've had a lot of dance training. So they've had a lot of choreography, and they're used to being on stage in a choreography setting. So basically they have an advantage that not everybody thinks about. So because they've already performed, they've got that aspect already down. So, she might do okay.
Back when Dancing with the Stars started, though, didn't they say no professional dancers?
Once upon a time, yes. Once upon a time, that was a rule.
There's four of them in this cast.
Yeah, that was.
And there's one other person that's dancing we'll get to, that his girlfriend is one of the professionals on the show.
Yeah, that probably gives a little bit of an advantage.
All right, Christine Chu from Bling Empire. She's a philanthropist, and her big thing apparently is she's married to professional plastic surgeon Dr. Gabriel Chu.
So I predict that as she goes along, she's going to look better and better. As the show goes along, she's going to keep improving. The bar for the face is going to keep improving along the way. That's what I
Brian Austin Green from Beverly Hills 90210. He's 48. He was in the Dirty Dancing TV series, and he's also dating Dancing with the Professionals, Sharna Burgess.
And Sharna is wonderful. I mean, what a delightful person, delightful dancer. And, but on the, it's kind of like maybe the cobbler's shoes, the cobbler's wife. If you have the old story that the cobbler's wife has no shoes because at home they don't necessarily practice. So it could very well be that she's not going to help him as much as we might think. So you never know. It's either going to give a competitive advantage or it will do the opposite.
Do you think they'll be paired together as partners?
I think that would be really strange, but who knows? In the show, it's always possible. I think that would be a very unfair advantage, because again, she is very, very talented. So, again, and a great teacher, a great coach, great judge, actually a great teacher. So
we're going to stretch on this one. This is good. This is a big stretch. Jan Levinson from The Office, Melora Hardin.
Oh, I know. I love that show. I mean, the show, I've watched it probably 1,000 times.
You have to have your candles going, though.
Yeah, I know. It's her on the show is going to be funny, and I'd say it'll add kind of a comedic element. I don't see her lasting very long, though. Personally, I don't think that'll be a long termer on the show. But she is a lot of fun, and we've had a couple more people from The Office on there in years gone by, and it always is intriguing to watch. You take them out of that setting. I don't know. It's interesting to watch that.
Okay, next up, social media star Olivia Jade, who is 21. Her big claim to fame is her mom and dad tried to get her into USC for $500,000.
Oh, my goodness.
Mom and dad were Lori Loughlin and Massimo Gianelli, and they are the ones on top of that USC scandal.
They are, and boy, the scandal in that is humongous. We'll be talking about that as we go along. She had a hard time with that, obviously, and there was a lot of apologies. There were a lot of tears. There were a lot of issues, but she doesn't really have much of a claim to fame. So I think for her, this is a redemption dance, and I think that's really what it comes down to on this one. Totally a redemption dance, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's not. We will see.
Matt James, the Bachelor, he was the first Black Bachelor back in 2020, played football at Wake Forest. The fellow Bachelor star Caitlin Briscoe won the Mirror Ball last year.
Yeah. I mean, anytime they get the Bachelors or the Bachelorettes, I mean, I always have mixed feelings. I'm like, I don't know. It's a double promotion. It's a way of, promoting them. But they're out there. They're putting themselves out there. So all I can do is give them credit for doing that. It's not an easy thing for any of these celebrities, or even pseudo-celebrities, to be blunt this year. This might be the bluntest we'll ever be this year, maybe on this season. But, it is a chance for them to get out there and get their name out there and see what they can do. And that is challenging for all of them.
Another dancer in the thing, former Broadway dancer and Radio City Rockette, Amanda Klutz from The Talk. She's a co-host up there. Her husband was the late Broadway star Nick Cordero.
Yeah, Broadway stars are really amazing because their performance, their talent, their skills, their training is just extraordinary. So I think actually that one might do pretty well. We've known several Broadway stars over the years and worked with several. And boy, the training they go through to get to that point, if they're successful, is just amazing. So I think actually that one will do okay. But, again, you never know.
Now, you talked about this guy a lot. Martin Cove, who was he's the Cobra Kai guy. Yeah, there you go. Now, he was the head teacher on Cobra Kai in 1984's Karate Kid, played in the two sequels in 1986 and 89, and he's on the Cobra Kai series that's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, and honestly, I was a big fan. So Cobra Kai comes out, and it was on YouTube, and he gets a huge following. He gets a phenomenal following. So I had heard about it back when it first started, and I thought, well, this is going to be okay. So I started watching it, liked it, and then eventually got picked up by Netflix, and there you go. And now, he's on there. Now, what I think will be interesting is, will he be his real self, or will he play the character?
The mean guy, yeah.
Mean guy. Because, boy, I hate to say I didn't really like the last season I saw because he is mean. I mean, he is like, tough. And it's one thing to be tough, but it's another thing to be just mean. And so if he plays that role, it'll be entertaining maybe, or maybe it'll be like, I don't know if I want to watch that or not. So I'll be curious to see what kind of role he actually plays. But he's the oldest one on the show this time. And, I think he's got a lot ahead of him. And there are a couple of the stars that have already said they're looking forward to and dreading the training because they know how hard it really is. And it is a lot of training and a lot of hours if you've never done it. But he's done martial arts. So in theory, he's got hand-eye coordination, body coordination, etc. So maybe that'll help.
But he's 75, so it's going to.
I know. There you go. That's what I was. Yeah. So
we're looking at the cast of the 30th season of Dancing with the Stars. It starts September 20th. That's Monday with a 2-hour premiere. And we're looking at all the contestants. This is one I think is going to go a long way. Suni Lee, the Olympic gold medalist in gymnastics. She won 3 gold medals, including a gold in Tokyo. I think she may have something. That's one of my dark stars.
Yeah, I think so too. Watching her performances, I was looking at them actually a little bit last night, just re-watching, and she is very, very talented. And again, a very driven person. That's the thing you can see is the driven personality and the performance aspect. And I think, like you said, I think she'll be the one that maybe goes a little further than we think, than most people think. And it may be very fun to watch because when they're driven like that and they're at, I don't know what you want to call it, the competitor's edge. I mean, there's something. They're fierce.
They don't have a lot of sports stars, but they have athletes this year. WWE superstar Mike "The Miz" Mizanian is 40. He was on The Real World back to New York in 2021. He signed with the WWF in 2004. He's a superstar. I don't know. My hands are up. They're actually down right now, but they're up now.
They are, yeah. But you know, when you get like the wrestlers and things like that, I mean, it really depends on what they've done. I mean, you look at some wrestlers and they're very, very successful. Look at The Rock. I mean, the guy's amazing. I mean, he transitioned from being a pro wrestler to an amazing actor and really a nice human being, actually, and just a big dude. But, you know, like I said, if they can transition into the dancing, the hard part with some of the wrestlers is they're body bound, they're muscle bound. And so when they get
they look like Mick Foley.
Right. They're trying to be, flexible and everything else. And it's like, and that's the challenge. So if they can learn the flexibility and the agility with the muscles, they'll do great.
1993 Miss USA Kenya Moore, who is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's 50 now. She was on seasons 5 through 13. She'll be dancing.
Yeah, the Real Housewives, I don't even know what to say. I mean, we've known a couple of them, and, a lot of them are nice people, but I'm not a big fan of the show, but that's just me. It's just, I watch it and then kind of turn it away. But there you go. That's just me personally. So I'll just voice that. But hopefully she'll do well. Who knows? I think that's an interesting choice. So
I've got the stretch of all stretches here.
Okay.
Peloton star Cody Rigsby. Come on, Peloton! Come on! 5 more sit-ups, Peloton! Oh, wait a minute. Let me...
Yeah.
Come on, Peloton, let's go!
5 more cha-chas. 5 more cha-chas or you're out. Do it now. 5 more cha-chas. I know. I mean, when I saw that, I was a little speechless. I mean, again, everybody deserves a chance, but that's not really a star. So, we can get on a Peloton and say the same things, or we can get on a treadmill and we could be a star. But, I hope he does well. I hope, I wish everybody the best. But that one, I just can't see it.
The only real athlete in the whole group is NBA star Amnon Shumpert, who is 31, has played with the Knicks, Cleveland, Sacramento, and Houston. I think he may have a good shot because they use dance as well as back in football.
We've trained some of them and some of the athletes, and they use a lot of dance. And he actually really has a great shot. He's quite a phenomenal athlete. And if you watch his performances and you go back and rewatch them, again, you go back to the drive and the performance and the athletic ability. Wow. I mean, the guy's pretty good, actually. So if it translates into dancing and they can follow directions, sometimes the NBA stars have trouble with following the choreography because they're used to different moves, different things. And that can be an issue. But other than that, he could stand a good chance of doing pretty well.
Our final contestant is pop star Jojo Siwa, and she's 18, professional dancer, singer, and actress. She's got her own show and stuff like that. She will be paired with another female professional dancer to be the first same-sex couple to compete on Dancing with the Stars. Nothing wrong at all with that.
No, I think she'll actually do okay. And to be that young.
Now, she's also kind of a dancer as well.
Yeah, she is. She's got a performance background, and she is, a dancer, but that's pretty young. So anybody that gets out there at 18, I mean, you remember when you were 18 and I was 18? I mean, we thought we knew a lot, but we probably didn't. And
I really did think I knew a lot back when I was 18.
Me too. I thought I was very smart. And then many decades later, I'm like, oh, wow, I really didn't know nearly what I thought I knew. But, so I admire anybody at that age that gets out there. I think that's kind of cool. Do you remember when Zendaya was on the show and she was very, very young and, of course, did phenomenally and continued to, of course, in her career. So sometimes when they're very young like that and very talented, it can launch their career to even higher heights than even it already is. So I wish her the best. I mean, when you're that young, it's like you just hope they get out there and they don't fall down and they do okay and they make everybody proud. You just really hope that's the case.
I have no clue who's going to win. I don't. I really don't. I think this is the widest open it's ever been.
You and I have done this now for, 25 seasons out of 30 or whatever it's been. And we've always had an idea from day one who we thought might be the winner. And I agree with you. This is the first year that I have no prediction yet, on who's going to win this thing. Now, after week 1, I think we'll know a little more. September 20th, it goes live on ABC, and we'll get to see the whole show. But I think after the first night, we will find out, who stands a chance at Dancing with the Stars.
And we'll tell you that every week we'll be here, hopefully Tuesday nights around 8-ish. Then you can pick it up right here or on your favorite social media channels. We'll be rolling this stupidity every week as much as we can until they take us off. Now, let me tell you about this. This is the weird thing. I found somewhere where they showed who rejected them this year. Mm-hmm. Former Bachelor host Chris Harrison said no. Leanne Rimes, nope. Fran Drescher, the nanny, said no.
That would have been so cool.
Luann de Lepisis, Real Housewives of New York. I don't even know who she is. But she said no. I think she might have said nah. But Hilaria Baldwin, Alec Baldwin's wife, would have been a good choice. She said no.
Yes.
Here's my thought. I was thinking about this a lot. Think of one person that you could put on here in the social situation they're in who would excel at this. Who do you think that would be?
You've been teasing me with this all morning and saying, okay, who is it? You've been teasing. So this morning he says, I've got this great person that you're never going to guess. And so, of course, I've been trying to guess. I have no idea who it could be. We've seen so many stars that were approached and then they got turned down. And this year, some of them turned it down. So I have no idea. You've got me on pins and needles. So I'm curious, who is the person? I mean, these are my notes for today, and I'm just ready to go, toss them out because literally I have no idea who it will be. So.
Oh, can you see it? Oh, you can't see it. Darn it.
Wait, hold it right there. Free Britney.
Britney Spears would have been perfect for this year.
Fabulous. She would have been fantastic, actually. I don't know. That's a great idea. I don't know why they didn't think of this because with all the press and all the things
they always get somebody that's in the middle of something.
And she is in the middle. She's been in the middle of things for quite a while. But it's like, gosh, what a great thing that would have been for her, perhaps. So that would have been really neat. I mean, that would have been just a trip and a half. Do you remember when Mario Lopez got on the show? Mm-hmm. And at that time, that year, he came to Lexington. We got to hang out with him. He's really a nice guy. But he was going through a lot of stuff. And then he got on the show, and it really became a great launching pad for him for a lot of other things. And it'd be fun if she were on there. You picked a good choice. If Brittany were on there, we could say, dance, Brittany, dance. And, it would have been very exciting. She's an amazing dancer, an amazing performer, and has been around actually a lot longer than a lot of people realize. So it has had a lot of collaborative efforts with a lot of other very, very famous artists. So, I wish her the best. I wish she would have been on there. That would have been a really fun thing, actually.
This is going to be an interesting year, and it's probably going to be very interesting. You and I trying to trudge through this.
Yeah. Hopefully the audience will hang in there with us as we slog through it every week and go through who on earth is going to win the Mirror Ball, because it's season 30. I mean, this is the 30th season. That's exciting by itself. So, I think you're going to see a few surprises, too, that perhaps along the way, there's going to be a few things that nobody thought of, but that's okay. We'll have some fun with this. And if you're
bringing Tom Bergeron back to dance,
I would love to see that. He is such a good guy. That would be a trip and a half to watch him get on the floor and dance. He's actually not a bad dancer, believe it or not. So it'd be fun to see him do this, And I hope if you're watching our craziness, you'll like it. You'll subscribe. You love it. The more viewers, the more fun we're going to have. And leave some crazy comments. You can talk about this guy or you can talk about me or whatever. But, his voice is always good. Mine, you never know. But we'll see what happens. Make some comments, and we hope you get to watch it, listen, enjoy it, don't enjoy it, whatever you want to do. But, pay attention to it and we'll have some fun.
This is a little bit longer than we normally want to do it. I mean, last time they went 20 and 30 minutes, and we found out that 15 minutes is a good size for a video on YouTube and things like that. So I'm going to try and do that. We're also going to put it on each of our Facebook platforms, and we're going to send you out hasty reminders through, was it Snapchat? And no, not Snapchat, but something. Instagram.
We'll do Instagram.
And The TikTok. Yeah.
We'll make a reel. Like, you see all the reels and they're kind of addicting because you watch a reel and you just keep watching. And then 30 minutes has gone by, an hour has gone by, and you're like, put down my phone. But we're gonna try to do something like that. You never know. Maybe it'll be me falling over. It'll be something a little bit crazy. Who knows what?
All right. So we'll be back on the 21st, hopefully right around 8:00. Be looking at your social media to see if we're there. And we'll talk about the first night of Dancing with the Stars and who we think will be dropped off the face of the earth.
You got it. It is Dancing with the Stars recap with Skip Eliot and Hunter Lisle. Season 30, Dancing with the Stars on ABC. Get ready. Get ready. It's going to be something.
All right, Hunter, if somebody wants to learn how to dance, what do they do?
Gosh, let me think. You actually call Arthur Murray Dance Studio. We've been in Lexington now for 21 years and teaching the world to dance. We're the leader in the world, and we've been here a long time. We will teach you for your wedding, for social events, just to get ready. If you're single or a couple, don't be afraid to try it. Call now, 859-278-7711, or go to dancingiseasy.com, and you can learn to dance. Try it out. Why not? Let's have some fun. Let's live our lives and enjoy 2021 into 2022.
Wash your hands and wear your face mask and go get vaccinated if you can, please. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll see them on the 20th. Be looking on your social media. We love y'all and get to know us.